The door exploded inward at 2 in the morning. Bruce Lee's hand froze on the moviola dial. Film stuttered to silence. The screening room had been his sanctuary for the past 6 hours, air thick with stale coffee and cigarette ash, flickering light from the editing machine painting shadows across walls lined with film canisters. Now the sanctuary cracked open. A silhouette filled the doorframe, massive, impossible to mistake, Muhammad Ali. Behind him, Alan Shepard from the studio stumbled forward, face drained white under the overhead bulb. His words tumbled out broken. "Mr. Lee, he insisted. I couldn't relax." Ali's voice rolled through the cramped space like thunder across water. He stepped inside and the room shrank. His grin gleamed. "Heard you're making history in here." Bruce's palm rested flat against the editing controls. Every muscle in his forearm stood visible, taut as piano wire. The unfinished fight sequence glowed frozen on the small screen behind him. 30 opponents, shattered mirrors, his life's work suspended mid-frame. Ali's eyes locked onto his, wanted to see for myself. The challenge landed soft, but Bruce felt the weight of what walked through that door. Bruce's finger pressed the switch. The moviola sputtered to life. Film rattled through gears. Light spilled across the screening room, catching dust particles suspended in darkness. Ali settled into the chair beside him, close enough that Bruce could smell the cologne mixed with night air. The sequence unfolded on screen. Mirror room, 30 opponents surrounding a single man. Bruce watched Ali's face instead of his own work, watched how flickering light from the projection danced across those famous features, casting shadows that shifted with every frame. Glass exploded, bodies launched through the air. Fists blurred into streaks. The choreography Bruce had spent months perfecting played out in brutal ballet. Silence fell when the sequence ended. Ali leaned back, his leather jacket creaked. He exhaled slowly through his nose. "Impressive choreography." The words landed soft, too soft. Bruce's hand remained motionless on the moviola control. "But you know what's coming next, right?" Ali's smile held no malice, just certainty, just challenge. Bruce's jaw tightened. The muscles along his neck became visible cords. The projection lamp hummed. The challenge hung between them, thick and inescapable, like cigarette smoke trapped in a closed room. Bruce's voice cut through the darkness, calm as still water. "It's cinema, not documentary." Ali's teeth flashed white. The smirk arrived slow, deliberate, "but people will think you fight like that in real life." The moviola hummed between them, a mechanical heartbeat in the silence. Bruce leaned forward. Light from the editing screen carved shadows across his face, sharpening every angle. "People think you're invincible because of your ring performances." His eyes stayed locked on Ali. "We both create personas." The word landed like a stone dropping into deep water. Ali's jaw shifted. The smirk evaporated. Few could understand what passed between them in that moment. Two men who'd spent years constructing mythology around their own bodies, suddenly forced to acknowledge the scaffolding beneath the spectacle. The air conditioning kicked off. The temperature in the screening room seemed to plummet, though nothing had actually changed. Sweat cooled on Ali's neck. He opened his mouth, closed it, opened it again. Alan Shepard pressed himself against the back wall, forgotten, watching two gods discover they were made of the same flesh. Ali's breath came slower now, controlled. Bruce's fingers drummed once against the editing console, then stopped. Somewhere in the distance, a door slammed, and neither man flinched. Ali's hands opened, palms up, fair point. The concession landed between them like a gauntlet dropped, but I back it up in real fights. His voice carried weight now, not bravado. Stadiums, judges, blood on canvas. Bruce leaned forward, the chair creaked beneath him. I back it up in real training, different stages. Bruce's fingers drummed once against his knee. Same authenticity. Ali's eyes narrowed. The moviola's hum filled the silence. Alan Shepard pressed himself against the wall, barely breathing. "Show me your real training, then." Ali's jaw set, not movie training. Bruce stood. The movement was liquid, effortless. No wasted motion in the unfolding of muscle and bone. He crossed to the door, hand already on the handle. "Follow me." Ali rose slowly, 6'3" of heavyweight champion uncoiling from the editing room chair. His breathing changed, deeper, steadier, the breath of a man preparing for something. Alan stammered, "Mr. Lay, it's 2 in the morning, the facilities are—" Bruce pulled the door open. Fluorescent light from the corridor spilled across his face, carving shadows beneath his cheekbones. Ali stepped forward. The hallway stretched ahead into darkness, and somewhere in that darkness waited proof neither man could fake. The hallway swallowed their footsteps, then threw them back. Bruce walked 3 paces ahead. Ali matched his rhythm, shoulders filling the corridor's width. Behind them, Alan's shoes squeaked against linoleum. The sound made him wince. He tried walking on his toes, 2 in the morning. The studio felt abandoned, tomb-like. Emergency exit signs cast red pools across the floor. Ali's breathing filled the silence, deep, steady, boxer's breath. The kind that comes before a fight. Bruce stopped at a metal door. His hand found the keyring without fumbling. The lock clicked, loud, final. He pushed. Darkness yawned. Bruce's fingers traced the wall, found the switch. Overhead fluorescence stuttered to life. 1, 2, 3. Harsh white light flooded concrete floors. Heavy bags hung like sleeping giants. Speed bags gleamed. Weight racks threw long shadows across the empty space. No cameras, no crew. No witnesses except Alan, who hovered near the doorway as if considering escape. Ali stepped inside. His eyes moved across the equipment, calculating, measuring. He rolled his shoulders. The motion made his shirt stretch tight. Bruce closed the door behind them. The sound echoed. Then Ali saw the far wall and his smile vanished. Bruce pulled his shirt over his head in one fluid motion. White scars crisscrossed his back like map coordinates, old injuries that told stories he never shared aloud. Some were thin as thread. Others puckered, thick and ropey against bronze skin. Ali's jaw tensed. He said nothing. Few witnesses had ever seen this, the body beneath the legend, marked by years of training that pushed past human limits into something else entirely. The fluorescent lights above buzzed their constant electric hymn, casting harsh shadows across every ridge of muscle, every healed wound. The heavy bag hung motionless between them. Bruce rolled his shoulders, stretched his arms overhead with the precision of a surgeon preparing instruments. Each movement deliberate, controlled, no wasted energy, no unnecessary flourish. His fingers spread wide, tendons standing out like cables under tension. Ali crossed his arms slowly. His breathing had changed, shallow, measured. Alan stood frozen near the door, forgotten. The gym smelled of old sweat and rubber, cold concrete, truth without audience. Bruce lowered into a stance. And the air itself seemed to thicken, pressing against skin, against lungs, against the moment before lightning strikes. Ali's eyes narrowed. What Bruce did next would either earn respect or start a war neither man could walk away from. Bruce dropped to the concrete floor, 2 fingers extended, index and thumb, the rest curled tight against his palms. Ali blinked. The executive's pen stopped mid-note. Down, up. The tendons in Bruce's forearms stood like bridge cables. His breathing never hitched. 10, 15, 20 repetitions. The fluorescent hum became the only sound besides the soft kiss of skin meeting stone. Ali's eyebrows climbed toward his hairline. 30. Bruce rose in one fluid motion, no tremor in those fingers. He walked to the heavy bag, positioned himself 1 inch away. His fist hovered, waiting. The strike, the bag exploded backward. Chains shrieked against steel mounts. The impact echoed like a gunshot in the empty gym. Few athletes could fathom the physics required to generate that force from such minimal distance. Speed drills next, punches blurred into invisibility. The air itself seemed to tear. "You're stronger than you look," Ali whispered. Bruce's chest rose and fell, steady as a metronome. "I'm exactly as strong as I need to be." He turned, sweat catching the harsh light. Efficiency, power redefined. Ali stared at the still swinging bag, metal links groaning their protest. His hands that had dropped Sonny Liston, hung loose at his sides. Because something had shifted in that demonstration. something Ali couldn't yet articulate but felt pressing against his ribs like a warning. In boxing, more is always better. Ali said it like a fact, louder voice, faster hands, bigger reach. The fluorescent lights buzzed overhead, relentless. More wins the fight. Bruce shook his head. Sweat glistened on his shoulders in survival. Enough is enough, extra is waste. Ali shifted his weight. The concrete floor felt suddenly cold beneath his feet. You train for survival, not sport. Bruce's voice dropped. No rules, no referee. The words hung between them like a held breath. No bell to save me. Silence. Ali could hear his own pulse. The gym smelled of old leather and chalk dust. He'd spent 15 years perfecting the art of controlled violence, 3-minute rounds, padded gloves, a man in stripes who could stop the damage. Bruce lived somewhere else entirely, somewhere darker. That's terrifying, Ali said. That's reality. Bruce moved to the window. Dawn light bled gray through the glass. Most people never face it. You face a version with boundaries. I face the version that doesn't stop. Ali felt something crack open in his chest. He'd climbed into the ring with Sonny Liston, with Joe Frazier, but those men had rules binding them. What Bruce described, he couldn't finish the thought. Orange light bled through the gym windows. Dawn arrived without permission. Ali leaned against the concrete wall, sweat cooling on his skin. The air tasted metallic. Exhaustion stripped pretense from both men like old paint. Foreman scares me, Ali said. The words came quiet, almost swallowed. Not the punches, the exposure, that maybe everyone will finally see I'm just human. Bruce sat cross-legged on the floor, breathing controlled despite hours of demonstration. I wake up terrified my body will betray me. That one morning the speed won't be there. Imagine standing where they stood. Two men the world believed invincible, confessing mortality to each other. Ali's voice cracked. Everyone either worships me or dismisses me as a loud mouth. Nobody just talks. You want truth? Bruce met his eyes. You'll lose eventually. Everyone does. But that doesn't erase what you are now. And you just say it. Ali laughed, something breaking loose in his chest. No sugar, no lies to make me feel better. Bruce stood, joints popping audibly. Truth is the only gift worth giving. Few friendships are forged in such brutal honesty. Fewer still survive what comes next, but neither man knew how little time remained or what Bruce's sudden absence would cost them both. The months after that dawn became a rhythm of sweat and truth. Ali flew in when training camps allowed. Bruce cleared space between film shoots. They worked side by side in empty gyms, the sharp crack of leather against heavy bags, the metallic taste of exhaustion, the comfortable silence of men who'd stopped performing for each other. Bruce showed footwork, Ali demonstrated head movement, neither instruction, just sharing. Then, July 1973, the phone call came while Ali prepared for his Ken Norton rematch. Bruce Lee collapsed, brain swelling, gone. Ali stared at the receiver. The dial tone droned. At the press conference 2 days later, reporters asked about his training mindset. Ali's voice cracked. I lost my only friend who understood. The cameras captured everything except the truth. 20 years passed like held breath. In 1993, an interviewer asked Ali about legends he'd known. Ali's hands trembled slightly now, the Parkinson's advancing. But his eyes sharpened when Bruce Lee's name surfaced. Bruce Lee was the most honest person I ever met, Ali said. Never lied to make me feel good, just truth. I think about that night every day. The night he showed me what real strength looked like. Not in front of cameras, just two men, no audience. The interviewer waited for more. Ali smiled. That's all there is. Sometimes truth is enough.